Hello and welcome to Assassin's Creed Chronicles China to begin my annual 2026 playthrough, doing the slow pace approach for this one. So they're the rules. Hello there, Dr. Darling. Mike was muted, but on purpose, wasn't ready to actually start talking yet. So for the rules for this playthrough, Shao Jun must move slowly by walking or crouch walking, and while climbing, can only run if it's required to avoid dying or to avoid de-synching, which is mission fail. If fully detected, then Shao Jun must engage the enemy in combat by standing her ground, so can't run off. Just going to play on the normal difficulty as well.
The box is empty, or should I say, incomplete. Where is the rest of it? We know who you are. We know who you were. You've come far for someone who was merely once a concubine. I will ask you again, assassin. What is this box? Where did it come from, and what is its purpose? Why continue to resist us? Look around you. No one is coming. We wiped out your order. There is no escape from here.
Why would I want to escape? I am exactly where I want to be.
Such arrogance! Ma Yongcheng will make you talk.
Let him try.
No wonder your kind fell so far.
My kind isn't done yet.
Damn straight. Not going to worry about optional objectives for this playthrough.
Time to get out of this cage.
嗯，是谁？站在那里别动！拜托不要！等等，我等等会把狗放出来咬人。怎么回事？怎么回事？
Oh, Biko, that is so tragic. I'm so sorry to hear about your loss of your puppy. Sorry to hear about that, Biko. That's really sad.
Huh? 这趟巡逻真是平静。有敌人！
That's a bit of a foreshadow of what I'll be doing for my
我们在
India
等你现身。
Chronicles playthrough. Biko, you hate the heat even more than you did before. Now nothing's worse weather-wise than the heat. Yeah, Biko, absolutely. Yeah, no, the high temperatures it can get to, and you know the effects it can have on you know, animals and also human bodies, you know. Sona, thank you very much, Sona, for the 30 stream streak. That is excellent. Thank you very much. Biko, you had her wrapped in the so-called large bath towel, was spraying her with ice-cold water from the fridge, and you had her in front of the turbo fan, but still you should have taken her to the vets, even doing all of that, trying to help her. I mean, it's a tough spot too as well, because you're trying to keep your animal cool, you know. Hey there, Ironhide. Hey, and Mita, thank you for the welcome back. Welcome back to you too, dude.
怎么回事啊？ 滚！
Good to have you back, my friend.
他们跑哪去了？
Excellent, Amita. That's really good that it's going well. Just had lunch and now you're thinking what game to play while watching the stream. GG's on completing Syndicate. Thank you very much. Yeah, it was good to get that challenge done. It was one I'd wanted to do for a while. Hope you enjoy your lunch and can figure out what you'd like to play. We don't have a sword yet, so we can't fight back. Amita, thanks. Your focus has been Starfield for a while, but you're also in the mood for some Elder Scrolls Online. Oh yeah, that's good to do as well, like go with what you feel in the mood for. I find it harder to actually just, jump into a game and play it if you're not really in the mood for it. Hey Ogorki, how's things going? Nice, Ogorki. That's good that you're going okay. In Meta, thank you very much, dude, for the 325 stream streak. Excellent. Thank you very much. My idea to do this game with the slow pace approach was actually due to how I played Ezio in Assassin's Creed Revelations. I played him as an old assassin who couldn't really move as fast as he used to. And because Shao Jun goes and visits Ezio in the animated short movie Embers, which is set after Revelations, I thought as a nice kind of like symbolic thing, I would have Shao Jun do like a walking kind of playthrough. So that was my reasoning for it. So it's not really like a challenge, but it's more just like a different way of playing through the game. And also, I really like this game's music, so it's also a selfish thing for me to be able to enjoy the music more for longer while playing. Because gosh, 30 months equals 2.5 years. Nice, that's a lovely long time. That is true, yeah. That absolutely is. It meets a nice challenge. Now Shao is old. That's right. It's like Ezio transferred the old feeling.
随时保持警戒。而你们也要信守承诺，好好保护我的安全。我会罩你，你也别忘了罩我。随时保持警戒。而你们也要信守承诺，好好保护我的安全。我会罩你，你也别忘了罩我。
A little distraction could help me here.
Admit to you need to get back to finish Russia, but after getting stuck in level 5, you don't feel like it. Oh, dude, yeah. That one is the most difficult Chronicles game in the trilogy. A lot of really unfair situations, and also the timing you need for certain timed sections is ridiculous. Hey there, Zereth. Rodimus Legionmus. That is me. How's things, Zereth?
怎么回事啊？你站住
！Things are, Zereth. Are things are?
My revenge can begin now.
Time to test your sword skills. Prepare to defend yourself. Remember to look for signs your opponent is about to strike. Yes, that's it. This time when you block, perform a rollover. Perfect. This tactic is also good to escape from combat. Attack this enemy. Show me how you strike with your sword. Standard attacks are quick, but they deal little damage. Strike the enemy harder than that. Excellent. Heavy attacks deal more damage. See? The enemy is now weakened. Finish him. Good. Keep going.
来帮忙！这里。
Well done, Shao Jun. Your training is complete for now.
Yes, Seraph. Awesome. Hey, Keone, thank you for the welcome back. Cheers. Welcome back to you too. Okay, so this will be a spot where we need to actually sprint. There's no way I can just walk and get there. Thank you for the welcome back as well, Not Fry. Welcome back to you too. You're about half an hour late on saying that, but yeah. Oh, that's all good. That's no worries at all. Welcome back to another stream.
我跟你说了，我根本不知道什么刺客。
Your men did not capture me, Galfin. I allowed myself to be caught. I was exactly where I wanted to be. Close enough to kill you. Where is the box you took from me?
Far from your reach by now, assassin.
One of your tiger brothers must have it. No matter. I will find which one and retrieve it from his still warm corpse.
Do you even know what the box is?
I know it belongs to the Brotherhood.
How naive. Thinking you can retrieve the box. Thinking that killing me will achieve anything.
Killing just one of you will not give me the vengeance I seek. You are the first of the tigers to fall, but you will not be the last.
Hey there, Dumbledore. How's things?
This was once a safe place for us assassins. Sangyong's tigers saw to the end of that. Their forces surprised and overwhelmed us, all but wiping out the Brotherhood. Gao Feng's death will send a message to the Templars. The assassins have returned.
Excellent, Dumbledore. Glad to hear that things are good. Thanks for leaving the lurker, Gorky.
Time to become more familiar with my surroundings.
发现什么了吗？
什么都没有。你呢？
没有，什么都没有发现。
这趟巡逻真是平静。
是啊，没什么动静。
希望能一直都这么平静。
来帮忙，小心！在这里，
跟我们打，你还差得远嘞。
Double door, only walking. Interesting. Yeah, wanted to create a thematic connection with my recent Assassin's Creed Revelations playthrough, where I had Ezio only be able to walk, and also when he got detected, instead of running off, he had to stand his ground and fight. For that game, the reason was to be thematically relating to his old age, you know. But for Shao Jun, it's more about just a legacy of how I played Ezio in Revelations, to how I'm playing her, and the fact that her and Ezio have a connection canonically anyway.
Got it.
Hmm. 大概是鸟吧。
Zereth, you blame the lumbago. I want to do some kind of like extra things with my playthroughs. With the Assassin's Creed games, I wanted there to be some kind of like overarching theme that goes across certain games in the series as well. So starting with Assassin's Creed 1, making it so that Altair had to walk when he was in, like, you know, cities, and had to use ladders to climb buildings when NPCs were around. But if he could find a spot where NPCs couldn't see him climb the building, then he could climb the buildings without the ladders. And then having Ezio not have that until the final parts of the game, to signify the evolution of his character, you know, becoming more like a professional assassin over the course of the game. And then Brotherhood being, you know, fully evolved as an assassin, but then have Revelations be his sort of like, you know, slowing down his old age and everything like that as well. And the whole thing with Connor doing certain things in gameplay that matched what I had Edward do in gameplay, and all that kind of stuff, because of their lineage and connection and all that kind of stuff. But even with Ghost of Tsushima, with my ninja playthrough, it was kind of a challenge, but it was also a thematic approach combined, where as the story progressed and Jin started to take on more ninja characteristics, I started to change what I had him wear, and also changed what tactics he was using and when. So early on, he wasn't really using anything other than the honorable tactics. And I had him not do any sort of like assassinations beyond the first one, although technically I did accidentally have him do an assassination after the first one, which triggered a cutscene I didn't want to trigger until later. But eventually, after reloading a save and all that, I managed to keep Jin not having done that second assassination, and I didn't actually have him do his next assassination until he actually becomes the ghost and goes to poison the Mongols, you know. And then I had an outfit that was the most ninja-like I could kind of find, you know, with the limited eyes to be seen and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, just something different to do that I don't normally do. Sort of having like certain reasonings for doing or not doing certain things in gameplay. And that also bled into like my playthroughs of the Dark Pictures series of horror games and Until Dawn, where I had sort of like a general surface level outcome or some kind of like potential thing where people could be like, oh,
Got it.
I wonder if this playthrough is going to mean these characters are the ones that are going to survive, and trying to subvert the expectations of naming a playthrough something and still having it be thematically accurate to what I was doing, but sort of have a little bit of a twist to it as well that I didn't actually talk about until I got to the end of the game. But the thing about those games is too, like, you can kind of get to a point. You can kind of get to a point where you want to go beyond just doing straight up stuff where it's like, you know, every character survives or every character lives. But sort of going, right, what theme can I apply to this playthrough, and what kind of red herring choices can I put in? What sort of things can I do to create a bit of uncertainty? Like when there was like dialogue choices, sometimes I would purposefully wait until the very last second to make a choice to kind of add to the suspense and have people potentially who are watching the stream think, what choices are you going to make? Quick, what are you going to do? You know, that kind of stuff. And that's something that those games can really help, or can really do well. Don't have any more of the blades. Let's see if we can just drop. There we go.
他们不见了。啊？
跟我们打，你还差得远呢。敲响警钟！这边
I did not mean to do that.
有入侵者！
What the hell? I never knew you could do that during combat. During combat, Shao Jun just does like a secret jump down into a hiding spot. And the enemy's like, what the fuck? Where'd they go? I didn't know you could do that during combat. Zereth, Assassin's Creed, if you fail, then you have to restart from game 1. No thanks, Zereth. You can do that if you like, though. More than welcome to.
Let's test your reflexes. Still sharp, I see. Try again. Good work. Close for the kill. Excellent, Shao. Your training is almost done.
Excellent, Shao. Your training is almost done. Biko, you need to ask. You probably asked all the time, Rod. So you don't mean it in an annoying way. Are you getting the remastered Black Flag soon? You'd love to see me play it, but understandable if you don't because of certain reasons. Oh, that's all good, Biko. There's no worries at all for asking. I don't have any immediate plans to actually get the game and play it. But if I do, it'll be a long time from now, though. That would be tempting, yes. I mean, it would be very, very time consuming. And by fail, do you mean desynchronize? Or also if you die? I guess dying and desyncing is kind of the same, but you can desync from not dying but fucking up. To celebrate this game's 10th anniversary. Only ended up doing one phase for that, but it was a music tribute playthrough. Because one of the things about this game that I've always really loved is the soundtrack. So it was good to have the sound effects and dialogue turned off and just have the music track on. Especially in scenes where there's like chase sequences and stuff. There's just something different about listening to music in a game while playing the game without the sound effects and dialogue on. That's different to just loading up the piece of music and sort of like just chilling with it. To actually feel the emotion of what's going on, or just to feel the exhilaration of what's happening and how you're playing it, and the music as well. So that's a whole different feeling. Because that's a shame, but understandable. Everyone has their choices. You have yours about certain games. You won't be getting GTA 6 anytime soon. It's not your genre. You'll be fascinated, though, watching streamers play it in Twitch, though your eyes will be glued to the screens watching it when it's finally out this year. That's fair enough, too, Biko, as well, you know. And there's been people that have said that they prefer seeing people play a certain game instead of playing it themselves, which is understandable, too, as well. Because there can be a difference between what you're visually experiencing and what the player is experiencing. And if it's not your sort of like kind of game to play, but you might be interested in the story, and so you still like watching people play it. Zereth, well, if you're a sadist, then 100% percenting every game. Fail one, restart the series. Yeah, I mean, hats off to players who can do that kind of stuff, but the best I can do is for some games where it's like restart the whole game, like the Tomb Raider reboot trilogy.
怎么回事啊?
Where the punishment for using a weapon other than the bow when it wasn't forced upon you meant restarting the whole game. Zero, yeah, lol. Yeah, you know, so. And it can be exhausting mentally too sometimes, because you put so much time and effort into getting to a certain point, and then to just have to restart the whole thing because one small thing goes wrong. It's like you spent 6 hours getting to that point, and then you accidentally press the wrong button. Now you have to restart the whole game all over again. Isn't that fun? Plus, speedrunners having to restart the whole game if there's one fraction of a second that they've messed up. Especially too, if the mess up isn't because they did something wrong, but because the RNG decided at that very moment that this thing had to happen, which then interrupted their flow, which meant they miss out on getting a personal best, and then having to restart the whole game all over again and try again. Yeah, Zereth, exactly. It's like, just restart the whole game. Oops, the character accidentally went left instead of right. Restart the whole game.
Got it.
Biko, you didn't want to play James Bond in the end. It's too realistic for your liking, but you thoroughly enjoyed watching it in Twitch. It was a thoroughly respected, well-made game in your own opinion. IO devs and Amazon did a very good job, actually. But that is good too, because franchises like that have a lot of fans, and there's also a lot of expectations.
This is where we used to keep the Assassin Scrolls. I should try to retrieve as many as I can while I have the chance.
Sorry, Shao Jun, but not in this playthrough. Zereth, if they are going for a record, then that's normal. Well, that's it too, and like, you have to have a certain kind of mental energy to be able to just be like, right, got to restart, okay, let's try again. Hey Hipsuit, thank you very, very much for the 5-stream streak. Appreciate it. Thank you so much, Hipsuit. I hope things are going well. Hey Coffeeton, you've also transitioned to pure spectator mode lately. It's great, no pressure, no stress, you just get to sit back and enjoy the story. Absolutely, Coffeeton, When I watch people play Detroit Become Human or the Until Dawn or the Dark Pictures games or anything like that, it's good sometimes to just experience the story without having to worry, oh no, I've got to press, oops, I didn't press the right button, or I missed the opportunity that I wanted to take to make the character go in that direction in the story or something. Because there's no pressure, and it's good to sort of like be surprised by what, kind of outcomes the player might be getting. Especially if it's their first time playing it, and I've already played it before. I'm always curious to see what they get, and it's also another reason why I don't like to backseat people, because I just want to see, what they discover on their own.
保持警戒，我们得保持戒备才行。我同意，我们不能让任何人通过。是谁？保持警戒，我们得保持戒备才行。我同意，我们不能让任何人通过。别再靠近了。 保持警戒，我们得保持戒备才行。我同意，我们不能让任何人通过。保持警戒，我们得保持戒备才行。我同意，我们不能让任何人通过。
Got it. Got it.
Is it done?
Gao Feng is dead, Sifu.
As is Ma Yongqing.
The butcher? Good. Our plan worked. Who's next?
Patience, sister. We must move carefully. Zhang Yong and his tigers control the Empire now.
He is down 2 tigers after tonight. Gao Feng did not have the box. I did not retrieve it in time.
Worry not, young one. We knew that was a risk. To allow yourself to be captured without the box would have meant certain death. We will get it back. Maybe the Templars will even lead us to the missing piece.
Perhaps. But now I'm afraid we have just given our enemies a dangerous weapon.
Take some rest, little sister. Together, we will free our land from the Templars and their pawns. Zhang Yong and his tigers. We will rebuild our brotherhood.
That's understandable, Biko, too. You know, it's like some people prefer to get a text message than a phone call for certain things. Like there might be certain things where, yeah, it's definitely good to speak on a phone, but sometimes there's things where a text will just be fine.
Macau. By day, a bustling port. By night, a hub for the Templars to trade those who oppose them into slavery. I have located the box, Shao Jun. It's in the possession of Yu Deyong, another of Zhang Yong's tigers, the one they call the Slaver.
So he is responsible for this cruelty. I shall pay him a visit.
Tread lightly, sister. The Templars are searching all ships and cargo. They are looking for us now. I know you can kill these lesser men with ease, but I would suggest you remain invisible. A ghost, until you find your target.
怎么回事啊？
啊？没什么。喂。没错，闪远点。
随时保持警戒，而你们也要信守承诺，好好保护我的安全。
我会罩你，你也别忘了罩我。随时保持警戒，
而你们也要信守承诺，好好保护我的安全。
我会罩你，你也别忘了罩我。随时保持警戒，
而你们也要信守承诺，好好保护我的安全。
我会罩你，你也别忘了罩我。
怎么回事啊？
喂，抓住他！这里！
这边！
我们在等你现身。
保持警戒状态。
你有看到入侵者吗？保持警戒，保持警戒。你有看到入侵者吗？保持警戒。站住！嘿，你！
Hey Villarista, I'm doing really good, thank you. I finished off my Assassin's Creed Syndicate playthrough earlier, took a break, and now doing Assassin's Creed Chronicles China. How about yourself? I hope things are going well. And I was aware, yeah, I've seen some of it, and I don't have any immediate plans to play it just yet. Probably a long time before I will. What about yourself? Have you played it yet? Like, do you have it?
"报上名来，有敌人！" 保持警戒状态。
You can't go across those things slowly. That's the auto speed that the character goes when going across these beams. Billarista, you'll be honest with me, you think these Chronicles games like China and Russia you are playing shouldn't be at 2D platforms? This story should be happening in a PS4 or a PS5. Having them in 2D platforms is a big spend of narrative and good stories. I mean, seeing some of the cutscenes and stuff in like a more traditional 3D would definitely be really cool. I think Shao Jun in China deserved a bigger game as well.
Some enemies will unleash a volley of strikes in a single attack. Good. You've got it. Now let's deal with enemies that block your attacks. Use a standard attack against the enemy with a shield. Try again. Enemies with shields will repel standard attacks. Use a heavy attack to degrade the enemy's defenses. Good. Keep going and destroy his shield. Good. Keep going. Excellent. Now finish the job and kill him. Remember, you can also roll over an enemy to bypass his defenses.
However, as a fan of like old school Prince of Persia games though, I do like the style that they went for with the trilogy of games. I feel that the Chronicles name though could have been used as like an umbrella name for their spin-offs and do them in, you know, more traditional approaches with the graphics and stuff. Not just make them all the same.
已经有2个人死了。是啊，我听说是在搜捕刺客组织，听说他们回来了。
For example, I would have liked a game with Yusuf from Assassin's Creed Revelations. It could be Assassin's Creed Chronicles, insert, you know, subtitle for his game, you know, things like that. And it could be like a 3D game.
你听说了吗？八虎宦官已经有2个人死了。是啊，我听说是在搜捕刺客组织，听说他们回来了。怎么回事啊？站住！ 见了。
Billerista, but there is anyone who is using PlayStation Vita or these 2D consoles. How many people have it in home? Why design a game for them? People really like the normal consoles. Maybe those games are cheap to produce, you don't know. I mean, for me, handheld games that I've streamed have just been like emulated or ported. Like, for example, Assassin's Creed Liberation was a PlayStation Vita title originally. Then they ported it to the Xbox 360 and PS3 in a HD version. And then later that HD version was then remastered and released, bundled with Assassin's Creed 3 Remaster for Xbox One and PlayStation 4. And the version of these games I'm playing is the PlayStation 4 versions on a PS5. But these were also available on the Xbox One as well. But these weren't by default like handheld games. I don't know if these games are actually on the Nintendo Switch, for example. They might be. But I feel like there is definitely people that do enjoy games that are 2D or 2.5D. That's something that I thought myself when I was younger would actually go away. That was when things were going from Nintendo, like Super Nintendo, to Nintendo 64 and games were being 3D and stuff. I thought that there would be a point where that you'd have no more new games being made that were in this vein or anything like that, but
有刺客，对付你太轻松了。
probably a lot of independent games too that have been made that are sort of like not necessarily like, you know, 3D
你还差得远。
third person kind of games. You got like games like Limbo, things like that. I don't know if it's any good, but I think the recent God of War, was it Sons of Sparta game or something? I think that was like a stylized kind of platforming thing.
滚！入侵者！
报上名来。
Billerista, what if people have made Red Dead Redemption 2 in 2D? Wouldn't that be such a waste of potential? I think for something like that, the scope and scale that you would expect, because Red Dead Redemption 1 had a much bigger scale than Red Dead Revolver did, for example. And so with Red Dead Redemption 2, I think doing like a smaller scale game would have been like a misstep. But if you had a game set in the same universe that was done in a different style, I think that would be interesting. But I guess like similar arguments could be made for games that are of a style that not everyone likes, but there is enough who do like it for them to warrant making those games as well. Like, not everyone likes first-person shooters, but they're not going to stop making them because some people might not like them or feel like it's worth the time to make first-person shooter games. But it just depends on individuals and stuff like that, and it's like a bit of experimentation that they did with these games as well. I mean, there were some Splinter Cell games that were like 2D for the Game Boy and stuff.
哎，你有敌人！这里。
Cofferton, having these games won't stop Ubisoft making new AC games in these eras, though. That is true. That is true, Cofferton. You know, like, they can still revisit the same eras that they've already done in these games. It won't, you know, stop them from doing that. Builders, you also think they shouldn't be doing remakes. You prefer to have new games, new stories instead of recycling old stories. Those are cool, but they were already adapted and their success already happened. Why do you have to wake up these body again? We want new games and new stories. Yeah, I mean, that kind of thing is definitely understandable, to feel like remakes are pointless. You've got the original game there. If you want to play that, it's already done, it's already made. The thing is, though, not everyone is willing to put up with certain elements of older games, for example, that are kind of like frustrating or overly annoying. Like, for example, the old school Resident Evil games with the tank controls. Like, not everyone would be willing to put up with how the tank controls are. They'd rather just play the remake because they don't have to worry about that. There might be some things that the remake does that are considered to be better as well.
要是他们回来了，那可真是有够蠢的。当然是刺客，要是他们回来了，难道不会攻击这座要塞吗？要是他们回来了，那可真是有够蠢的。当然是刺客，要是他们回来了， 难道不会攻击这座要塞吗？要是他们回来了，那可真是有够蠢的。
Billerista, to be honest, people talk a lot of good things about Black Flag, and some years ago decided to play it, but it was tough. There's a lack of graphics, controls the new games of AC. It should have a good story, but the gameplay is dated. You couldn't play it to the end. That's understandable too, as well. There's also the naval combat, and also a lot of the tailing missions and all that kind of stuff. And so I guess for some, doing a remake means that they can, rectify some of those things, and then it might make it more enticing, for a newer player to want to experience the game in the remake instead.
注意，在这里
对付你太轻松了。
哈！
再靠近了！
有刺客，在这里！对付你太轻松了。
是谁？情报！
哈！呀！
Kearney, what's my favorite AC Chronicles? It's Chronicles China. I really like the character of Shao Jun, and having a game that carries on from after Assassin's Creed Revelations has that kind of familiar element. There's also a lot of in the music. There's a lot of motifs that are very like Ezio-like as well. I mean, there is the Ezio's family theme, of course, that gets done, and it's got a great rendition of that as well. But the hidden foot blade is really cool. I like the visual of that. Plus the gameplay as well. I think if anyone's interested in these games, this is definitely the one to use as like a testing ground for whether you'll enjoy it or not. Having said that, I would definitely recommend leaving Russia as the third game because that is the hardest one. And in a way, they expect you to have played the previous two, China and India, because there's a lot of things where it doesn't really... It expects you to sort of like know certain things already. Billerista, don't you have difficult to adapt? Imagine you've completed Red Dead Redemption 2, then you go to like AC3, AC Rogue, and pretend to go to the end. Is it cool for you to have such a change of games? Well, the only downside sometimes is because games have different buttons for different... Well, they have different buttons for the same thing. Like to access your map, it might be one button in one game, but something different in another. Sometimes I'll accidentally press the wrong button, because I might have been playing another game, and then just instinctually press the button to do a certain action that isn't the button in that game. And things like that. But yeah, I have no problem like going from one different game to another. Like I can do a playthrough of Alien Isolation and then do a playthrough of Batman Arkham Asylum. Like there's just no... I don't have to like ease myself into a different game style or anything like that.
I am the blade in the shadows. My prey is you, De Jong. I shall walk into darkness and strike swiftly. No one will stop me in my hunt.
Kearney, how would you feel if AC did a character that was Australian? I don't know, in some ways it'd kind of be a bit weird. Because being an Australian, it doesn't really feel like there would be any interesting protagonist to have. Or kind of like story, I guess. I mean, I definitely wouldn't be against it or anything. it'll just feel probably a bit weird to get used to.
明天应该就会有新的奴隶送来。
在船上被杀的吗？
是啊。
Coffeeton watching me pretend to play AC Rogue would be something else. Only you'd pay for that. April Fools sometimes, I've done stuff related to Rogue. Like one time, I started my stream and I had OBS set up so it was recording my YouTube, and I had a YouTube video that was like a intro to the game, and I just had that playing. It's like an April Fool's joke.
避开那些太过关切的。明天应该就会有新的奴隶送来。
在船上被杀的吗？
什么？怎么回事啊？哇！
发现什么了吗？什么都没有。你呢？什么都没有发现。发现什么了吗？
什么都没有。你呢？
没有，什么都没有发现。发现什么了吗？
I need
什
to
么都
get
没
his
有。
attention
你呢？
elsewhere.
没有，什么都没有发现。
什么？
发现什么了吗？什么都没有。明天应该就会有新的奴隶送来。
在船上被杀的吗？
随时保持警戒，而你们也要信守承诺，好好保护我的安全。
我会罩你，你也别忘了罩我。
随时保持警戒，
而你们也要信守承诺，好好保护我的安全。
我会罩你，你也别忘了罩我。发现什么了吗？
随时保持警戒。
注意！没有，什么都没有发现。发现什么了吗？
什么都没有。你呢？
没有，什么都没有发现。发现什么了吗？
什么都没有。你呢？
没有，什么都没有发现。
Really, Code? Well, record got broken. 30 Celsius outside and raising. Oh, wonderful. It's too bad it couldn't go a lower temperature instead of a higher one.
他们跑哪去了？什么？
Kieran, you can't wait for the 007 streams. Yeah, I would definitely like to play that First Light game at some point eventually. I remember one of the PlayStation 1 James Bond games was 007 Racing. You didn't get out of the car. You never saw Bond. Maybe there was a cutscene where you saw him get into the car or something. I can't really remember, but the gameplay was just, you know, being in a car and going around doing stuff. It's one of those things where I rented it and I never rented it again. I think I just played it for the weekend. I think I had it for.
I need to get his attention elsewhere.
有入侵者，来帮忙！哇！
There was also a James Bond game on the Nintendo Game Boy as well. I mean, I think there was like a PC James Bond game based on one of the movies. I think it was based on License to Kill. But the first James Bond game I ever played was GoldenEye, though.
我们可不希望他们带来任何麻烦。
尤其是刺客回来了，更要小心。
那只是些谣言。
怎么回事？嘿，你！
什么？
报上在那里，超警中，有入侵者。跟我们打，你还差得远呢。
怎么回事？
Hey Octavius, hello again to you too, dude. I hope things are going well. As for me, Octavius, things are going good. A few levels into Assassin's Creed Chronicles China now. Thank you very much for the 5-stream streak. Thank you very much, Octavius.
是谁？
这里没人。
对呀，传言了，但很难相信那是真的。我们早就歼灭他们了。于大用派出加倍的人马巡逻了，你知道发生什么事了吗？
我听说刺客组织回来了。
对呀，我也听到传言了，但很难相信那是真的。我们早就歼灭他们了。
真正目的应该是为了刺客组织。
别听信传言。
我听说秋巨现在在要塞这里，他来视察古大用的任务进度。
现在我们拥有的奴隶比能卖出去的还多，我相信他会很高兴。
滚！
是抓住他！快叫援军！哈！
有刺客！敲响警钟！
Oh yeah, Keone, this OST reminds you of Red Dead Redemption? Oh yeah. There's a bit of a similarity with like the clicking kind of bit in that music there.
我听说秋菊现在在要塞这里，他来视察古大用的任务进度。
现在我们拥有的奴隶比能卖出去的还多，我相信他会很高兴的。
我想他在这里的真正目的，应该是为了刺客组织。
喂。
相信他会很高兴的。
我想他在这里的真正目的，应该是为了刺客组织。
If I could distract him somehow.
Who?
怎么回事？
Thank you for leaving the lurk, Ogorki. Cheers.
Huh?
This belongs to me.
Zhang Yong will come for the box. He will avenge our deaths.
I am counting on it.
As you slide past an enemy, use your sword to deliver a killing blow.
Okay, so for this part we need to do a slide, and you can only slide if you run. So I'm allowed to run for this part.
Try again. Good. Keep going. Yes, that's it. Excellent, Shao. Your training is almost done. Leap through the air and plunge your sword deep into your enemy.
I think this one you can do without running.
Excellent work. Keep it up.
Yeah, you can do this without running.
Still sharp, I see. Try again. Well done, Shao.